Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies. I'm here today to do a flip through of my Junky Junk journal, and I think I'm going to show this junk journal before I show the process videos. So I did make some process videos for each of the steps that I took in making this, and I think I'm going to release them pretty close together, but I wanted to show you the flip through first so that those of you who are interested in seeing how I made this can follow along in those process videos. However, I do have some videos planned that are a little bit more vintage inspired, so those will likely be going up soon as well. So be watching for that. But this is my Junky Junk journal. I've been wanting to make a Junky Junk journal for a long time now, but there were always other projects that kind of came first. So I took this time to really focus on making this just like a really fun journal, kind of like anything goes. And I had a lot of fun collecting packaging and basically trash. For this, I asked a lot of my family and friends to save things for me, and they saved me some really cool things. So this is the cover. I used a box of Rice Krispie treats. It's not the cereal, it's the actual treats. And it has 3 signatures. And like I said at the beginning of this video, it was kind of like anything goes in this journal. So I ended up doing 1 signature stitched onto the cover itself, and then doing kind of like a hidden spine for the other 2 signatures. And if you go back to my video about where I made this decision, you can see why I ended up doing that. But the back has a Slim Jim cardboard piece to kind of give it stability, and it is a pocket. So it's a pocket right there. So we go to the front, lots of things sticking out of it. It's just very chunky and messy and just really nice to hold. The closure is this cap of a hydrogen peroxide bottle that's similar to this one. This one has a brown cap, but this is the kind with the white cap. And I turned it into the closure, and I saw this idea on a Facebook group, and I think if I can find the YouTube video where the person who did this showed how she did it, I will link it down below. But this is a closure, so you just unscrew it, and it's tied with a lemon bag. So I cut a piece of a lemon bag. It's kind of like a netted bag, and I used it to secure the lid. So as we go inside, you can see that it's really big. Let me just measure it. I don't think I imagined it being this big. It's 9 1/4 inches by 11 inches. All right. So here is a box from my instant ink. The box that the ink came in, and you'll see this throughout the journal. That little box got used a lot in here. This is the plastic from a Cool Whip bottle. It's not really a bottle, it's like a little plastic container. I'm sure you know what it is, but it's like a wide round container. I just cut it apart, and I think it's really cool because it's plastic, and you can use ballpoint pen to write on this. This first signature starts with a LaCroix packaging. This is where you would carry the carton, and I stuck these two pieces in. And as you can see, I made the tag topper out of a lemon bag as well. You'll see that a lot in here. I have these two cards tucked in here. Journaling can be done on the back. And the tag topper is those, it's one of those like twisty tie things that you find on produce. This is a bag that had smaller bags inside of it, so it was really clean. I didn't have to wash it or anything, but what I ended up putting in here are fussy cut things. So I fussy cut this from a wrapper, a rice paper wrapper, and then I just have little odds and ends. These guys, that looks so delicious. The side of the, no, this is the side of the Rice Krispie treat box. And this is from the LaCroix packaging. Just some little fun things I decided to fussy cut. And this can double as a pencil pouch, so I could easily just put a pencil in here, ziplock it up, just like in the olden days, in those Trapper Keepers. This is a Slim Jim box. It has a little window, and inside that window, the pocket is made out of a Capri Sun carton, and you stick it in there and you can see it through the window. But this is another plastic container, and I really liked cutting up these plastic containers to use as tags. I think it's really cool, and you can write on it with a ballpoint pen or a Sharpie. On the side here is the bottom of that Cool Whip container. I love circular tags, and this is from duct tape. Some crinkly paper from Amazon packaging, a clear bag here that used to hold egg roll wrappers, and I put a large piece of cardboard in here. It's packaging from something. So everything that I used in this journal was made from junk mail. So there's nothing that I used that was not junk mail except for staples, glue, this duct tape, and the binding string. Pretty much everything else was trash or junk mail packaging. As you can see, there's the lemon bag again. This was the handle of the lemon bag, so I thought it made a really cool tab right there. This is from an egg carton. One side of a contact solution box. And this is from parchment paper, like the parchment paper container. And it's the part where you tear out the parchment paper, and it's really cool because it actually works. Like if I needed a piece of paper to jot down some notes, I can just tear it out, and it tears out, and I can use that. This is the other side of the bag. I haven't decided if I want to open it up yet, so it's just there for now as a page. Tissue box, a Starbucks carton, like it held instant Starbucks coffee in there. This is a lemon bag. This is part of a tissue box, and it had a little window, so I stuck the, I guess the cover of the or the label of the hydrogen peroxide bottle, and in here is another tag from the Rice Krispie treat box. second signature. I guess you could call this the second signature, but it's kind of like the cover for the second and the third signature, because what I ended up doing is gluing the second and third signatures into this box and then gluing this box down. Like I said before, if you look back on the video, I'll link it below or in a card above, and you can see why I decided to do that. But it starts the last two signatures, and in this beginning part I put this little it's like a socks came on here, and I have this clear box that held pencils. It has some tags in here, and you just tuck it in here, and it's held down here by this little stopper, and I fastened it on with those produce ties. Amazon packaging here, a bubble wrap or bubble envelope, Twix bag from Halloween. This is jewelry from Hobby Lobby when it was on clearance. I love buying jewelry from Hobby Lobby when it's on clearance, and I love their packaging, this line. This is file folder, and these are tea bags, and I put some tags in here, just old tags from clothing and things like that. This is a coffee bag, and it holds this in it. I used the lemon bag again to make a little tab. From my facial cleanser, I put a little tab right here. The lid folds down to make a pocket. A Panera bag right here. This is an Old Navy bag, and I stuck this piece of a contact lens solution box into the bag. Okay, I'll get that in later. It's kind of hard to manipulate because this part up here is the wall, and this book is so big. All right, this is from my cousin. It was like, it held children's books in here, like chapter books, and so I glued it onto the flap of the contact solution box, and in here it holds this tag, some more tea bags here, and this is from a plastic container, and the tissue box, and this is another piece of that plastic container. So as you can see, a little bit goes a long way. You can use so much in here. This is a large junk mail envelope with the window, and this is part of a Home Depot box from moving, and I actually had this piece in my car for a long time, because when I went walking I would use this to shield myself from the sun, so I decided to just put it in here. Some more plastic pieces from that container, and this is part of some canned fish. This is an instant noodle bag, and inside I cut out this large tag from an egg carton. It's probably one of my favorite pieces. I love the way it looks, and I love the texture. And then some more of that Rice Krispie carton. And this is kind of ripping, so I used a lot of duct tape to kind of tape it down, as you can see. And I love the color of this duct tape. Here is another Old Navy bag, and inside is just like the Staples white like printer paper. I just cut off one side of it. It holds all the paper. This is part of the pannier bag with a little tag right here, or tab. This is part of a Salon Pass pain relieving patch. You know, that stuff that kind of smells like Bengay. It's aluminum, so it's kind of a cool bag. And I put 2 tags in here from the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal box, and this file folder box that I cut up. This is another coffee bag, and it held instant packages of instant coffee, and you get into it by undoing this twisty tie, and there's a little bag that can hold whatever notes or receipts or anything. A Theraflu box, part of an instant ink box, and then some packaging for scissors. I got new scissors recently. This is a Tootsie Pop bag from Halloween. It's fastened onto this bubble mailer, this Amazon bubble mailer right here in the back right here. And I like that it has a little bit of a window so you can kind of see through it. And inside I put this, it's like packets of instant Starbucks coffee. It was pumpkin spice latte, and I was obsessed with this stuff like 5 years ago. I bought so many of them. I found them at Ross, and I just started like ransacking the country for them. I ordered a whole bunch on eBay. I went to all the Rosses around me. I loved that stuff. And now I have lots of these boxes to use. This is a pannier bag with a little tab. The tabs on boxes, like any kind of boxes, a Band-Aid box, that Theraflu box, it has really cool tab shaped flaps on it. So I cut a lot of them out and I use them as tabs. This was a clear bag that held crackers, and inside of it I put part of a, you know what these are? These are instant noodle packaging, and a sardine box, part of the sardine box, and I just duct taped it. I really like the color of this duct tape, so I loved using it and just taping it, and I like the fact that you can see it in this kind of junky junk journal. This is a gauze box, packaging from an Amazon package. This is another one of those twisty ties that you can twist open and put whatever you want in the bag. This is just a regular Sprouts grocery bag. Some more packaging paper, the wrapper from some crackers. This held makeup. It had a nice big window in it, so I ended up putting this instant noodle packaging into it, and it just looks so good. This is the front of that sardine box, and I have some tags in there. I love the crinkly sounds and rustly sounds of this journal. So this is part of a gauze box, and I put some more of that hydrogen peroxide bottle in here that I cut up, and part of the Cool Whip container. This is plastic. I haven't tried writing on this yet. I'm wondering if like I have chalkboard paint marker. I don't know if that makes sense, but this type of thing. So it might work on here. I haven't tried it though. And so this is a pocket up here, and then I put a little slit here, and that's another pocket. This is the bag topper of some wood letters that I bought, and I have 2 tags in here. I kind of like the colors of these 2 tags. And then I put a little tag on the back of this. I love this orange color. Here's another part of that Slim Jim box. It makes this stable, and part of that, those paperback, the carton that held the paperback books, and that's the end of it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing how seeing what I put into this journal. And if you're interested, I will be putting up videos showing my process in making this. And I just want to give a shout out to my cousin. She gave me so much that went into this journal. I'm sure she recognized a lot of her trash in here. But if you like this video, if you like occasionally doing really junky junk journals, just to kind of stretch your creativity and have fun and kind of be carefree with that. If you like that kind of thing, please give this video a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more videos from me, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this flip through. I had a lot of fun making this journal, and I hope to see you next time. Bye everyone.